Ah, hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site-42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 2 months, because that's right, the daily stream streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contained them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for approximately the next 70 minutes to answer your questions in a general Q&A and chat sesh. But before we begin today's general subject, let me start with a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, Stephen Tambari, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Then 369 Destroyer, Sleepless Dragon, Senior Researcher Alex, Researcher Last, Puppet Boy, Clover, Valerie, Coolman Fight. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site-42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns King of Hell, Malachi, Forsaken Player, O1 from the Ethics Committee, Alpha 1, Hi, Foxus Diagons, McCullough, Spencer Silly, The Ant, hey, long time no see, hope you've been doing well. Henri, Local Bean, Minty Andrea, Magicade, Top Hat, and Artist Rain. Thank you all for being here punctually, and thank you for being here today, interns, just for being you. Now do remember that today's stream is sponsored by our ongoing collaboration with SCP Containment Breach, the movie, which is currently in Kickstarter. We have an SCP movie that could be going to theaters, but it needs a hell of a lot more support. Things are looking pretty dire with 3 days left on the Kickstarter, but we need to pump this thing up as high as we can regardless. Because the final number here of backers, that is going to tell movie studios and private investors, hey, look, maybe we didn't get the Kickstarter, but there is interest in this. So if you fund it, you will get a cut of the profits. And you know the thing about private investors, they might not want to do the money and the work, but if they're told they can just throw some money at someone and have the work done and succeed, they're a lot more willing to listen. But that does have to succeed. So, we need proof that people are interested. So make sure to send help to this team so that they can show people later that there is support, that there is a SCP fandom that wants movies. I don't have the money for that Coleman fight? Then share it. Mobile Task Force Psi-42 coding signal boosters, this is your moment. You should be Every post that mentions the Kickstarter, like, share, subscribe, comment, post. Make sure to spread it in the algorithm. Share it with your friends. Share it with fellow Discord servers. Share it with SCP fans. Share it with horror movie fans. Anybody who might be able to spread the word about this to get more people who do have money to see it. If you can't donate money, you donate effort. That is how we do this. This is how we build Mobile Task Force Psi-42 codename Signal Boosters, so that even if this fails, the next project might not. It doesn't work if we all don't work together. So if you are broke, that does not mean you're off the hook to help. It means you share it. It means you like posts. It means you spread the word. You have your orders. You know what to do. I use fan art to slip into art discords. Artist Rain. That is how we do it. You make fan art of it. You go, oh, hey, this is fan art of SCP Containment Breach the movie. What do you mean, SCP Containment Breach the movie? Bam! Subterfuge. You've got it in there, and it's not spam because you made art. Look at that. That is how clever people do it. Applause. $50. Well, Coleman Fight, then you already donated. You don't have to say you're too broke to donate if you already donated. I also already donated. Now, that was our sponsorship segment. For today's stream subject, I don't have one. Today, June 20th, 2026, seems to be, knocking on wood, a rather uneventful, average day at the Foundation. I need for it to stay that way. I need for it to stay that way. So whatever lucky things you have to superstitially protect this day, this is the time. Knock on your wood. Rabbit's feet everywhere. Whatever we can do to keep today chill. Please. Dr. Sherman, what about the PrideCon feature of the day? You are correct. I did forget to say happy Pride, everyone. It is, of course, Pride Month still, and so if you are in the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, the Q's, the I's, the A's, etc., remember, you are valid. You are a whole person who deserves love and good tidings in your life, and don't let anyone take that away from you. In fact, I am going to take a little bit of a soapbox moment to talk about this, since I don't have a stream subject in the first place. A common complaint about Pride Month is from people saying, oh, I don't care about Pride Month. You can be whatever you want. I don't care. You just don't have to shove it in our faces. And those people are either stupid or lying. Only options. Because why does Pride Month exist? Why? It is because the behavior of LGBTQIA people has been ostracized and oppressed for all of history. And so Pride Month is about spreading awareness of the existence of these people, because in normalizing a group, you make it so people don't hate them anymore. And so it's shoving it in your face. Suck it up. Because these people have had it much worse than you, and they deserve some normalization. Once they are no longer oppressed, once trans people are not being written out of existence in laws, which will not work, it'll just cause medical issues and psychological issues. Once the right wing of America is not trying to get rid of gay marriage again, which it's on their docket if they get their way, then we can stop having Pride Month. But not until then. Am I gay? Intern 2 Kerr. I, Dr. Theron Sherman of Site-42, am the A of the LGBTQIA. I am an asexual person. So I am on said spectrum, but the word gay does not quite apply. Queer would be a better word. Now, this is important to remember. My author on the pataphysical narrative level above us is a cishet white guy. So, my author is an ally, but I am asexual. So, that is my Pride Month soapbox. If gay people in TV shows and movies is shoving it in your face, then suck it up, Buttercup. Life is worse for a lot more people. And you needed to stop being such a bitch. Okay. That is my soapbox moment. I will now move to general Q&A. Do remember that the Pride Fest 2026 is still ongoing on the SCP database. There are a multitudinous of Pride-related works and features being shown. We missed Ori's proposal, which is an SCP-001 proposal where time has stopped passing, and so that's a little crazy. And then we have SCP-9239 by user Marab. So go check out the Pride features and enjoy. Now, before I move to general Q&A, I think, therefore, I am. It is AM's creation date. You're saying the Allied Master Computer was in canon, built today? You've got me interested. I'd like to confirm. That it is amazing how often the Allied Master Computer gets brought up in our SCP Foundation streams, isn't it? You would think, I mean, that is a very old story. It does not come up in pop culture that often. And yet we are constantly being asked about the Allied Master Computer. I wonder why that is. Is there a reason it's been coming up in pop culture so much recently? Does anyone know? Personality, 5 humans. When was the Allied Master Computer switched on? Book, quotes, blah, 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 blah. I just want one activation date. Cold War, World War III. Where can I find the actual story to read? The AI answer, which we never fully trust, says that there is not a specific activation date. So, chatter, so I can speed this up, where are you finding this information? Read the book. I have read the story, it's just been a while. And I'm having trouble finding it online to read. I have no mouth and I must scream. Short story. Wikipedia. I have no mouth and I must scream. All right, here we go. Am. Mentioned 122 times. Obviously, this is his story. It's story, sorry. That would take a long time to sift through. So I will just wait until Chatter, who is making the claim, provides evidence. All right, let me catch up on, hold on. I was going to catch up on donors and then do general Q&A, but Ratty distracted me. Ratty, intern Ratty, asked, Sherman, do you know Fear and Hunger? While I am not a Funger player myself, I have watched so many lore videos. thanks to Super Eye Patch Wolf introducing me to it. The lore is incredible and terrifying. Funger videos are a great piece of interest to me, which is why I was going to talk about this, or I wasn't going to talk about this. I've just been enjoying it on my own. But YouTuber Dogma, who made a 4-hour video recapping SCP Containment Breach the game's lore, just dropped a nearly 12-hour video on the lore of Fear and Hunger 2 Termina. And so, YouTuber called Dogma has a 4-hour Containment Breach lore video that you should check out if you haven't seen it. And then just yesterday dropped a nearly 12-hour Fear and Hunger 2 lore video. So I am eating well these days. Check out, yes, Ratty, you're watching it too? Hell yeah, you'll see me in the comments. You'll see me in the comments because hell yeah, we support Dogma. Okay. Dr. Sherman, today you started streaming earlier, well, at least for me. Intern Pandagress, first of all, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you've been doing well. Secondly, yes, on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, streams are typically shorter because they intervene with my covert day job, cover job, as a ballroom dance instructor. So I need to stream earlier on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays to not affect the day job. Intern main event. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. All right, finally, I'm catching up on the donos. Coolman Fight. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some hot crossed buns on your way past the commissary. Beep, beep, I'm a Dalek. Beep, beep, I'm a Dalek now. Why? Why are you a Dalek? They are an extremely dangerous, anomalous race. Don't be a Dalek. Also, they're like super racist. Don't be a Dalek. Captain Valerie, thank you for your 1-year anniversary as a Mobile Task Force captain here at Site 42. We greatly appreciate your 1 year of membership and service to SCP Foundation Site 42. Hey, Dr. Sherman, happy early Father's Day. Ah, yes, I forgot. Somehow I have garnered a reputation as a father figure or daddy or zaddy among some of you. Yes, I will, with trepidation, accept Father's Day wishes. But don't make it weird. I'm still your commanding officer. Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will love cleaning up yet another glitter bomb. Intern Nobody, thank you for sending 8 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. You have made them a 5-star team and then reverted them to a 3-star team due to the rollover effect. Chat, good luck on becoming a 5-star team again before the end of stream. Intern Jackalak, thank you for sending a laughing disco to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure the chat will bust out some sweet yet comical moves on the dance floor, thanks to your urging. Bertha, thank you for sending a doubloon to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will spend it well. Gray Evelyn, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some watermelon on your way past the commissary. Hi, Dr. Sherman. Do you know any prosthetic-related SCPs? I do biomechanics and want to share a story around in my office. Signed, Intern Evelyn. Well, Intern Evelyn, I'm going to do what I always do in these things. I'm going to search the database for the word prosthetic and see what comes up. SCP-2806 is the first catch. Codename, we have the technology. SCP-2806 designates a collection of 7 prosthetic arms, 6 prosthetic eyes, 3 prosthetic legs, and 4 prosthetic ears. All instances are constructed from combinations of aluminum, PMMA, polycarbonate casings, and a black aramid fabric similar in composition to SCP-1360-1. They all remain inert until placed on or next to an individual missing a limb, hereafter referred to as a host, that the particular instance of 2806 is designed to replace. Provided that the appropriate command phrase is spoken, a series of thin cobalt chromium alloy wires will emerge from the prosthetic and enter the host at the site of the missing limb. So these are cybernetic anomalous prosthetics with various anomalous abilities. So, intern Gray Evelyn, check out SCP-2806 for some anomalous prosthetics. And checking at the bottom here, there is not a tag for prosthetics, so you'll have to continue searching the way I did to figure out what's going on there. Now, my terminal is having a bit of a glitch. We definitely need to replace this thing if the overseers will grant me some budget. Returning to chat. Bertha, thank you for sending 5 more doubloons to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they will spend them wisely. You also then sent 3 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. As they were a 3-star team before, you made them a 5-star team and then looped them back to a 1-star team. You guys are bottom of the barrel. I'm disappointed in you. So to be a 5-star team before the end of chat, that is your goal. I wish you the best. Dr. Dorena Borg, thank you for sending them sunshine on a cloudy day. I'm sure the chat appreciates the vitamin D infusion. Now, I saw a Ko-Fi notification. Let me grab that before I forget it exists. Aflac, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as thank you for using the Ko-Fi, which, as we all know, only takes 3% of your donation as a service charge, while YouTube Super Chats, they take 30% of your donation for themselves. So we definitely appreciate you making your donation go further by using the Ko-Fi. Grab yourself some fagua on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, what would happen if Dr. Gerald, oh dear God, played a racing game? How about a simulator? You know, it's funny. I seem to remember Dr. Gerald's anomaly also dealing with racing simulators and games in which the console explodes. Dr. Gerald driving video game. Maybe that was just a funny water cooler joke I heard, because I'm not seeing any proof of it on the database. But until I am proven otherwise, I am going to believe that letting Dr. Gerald play a racing video game will cause the console to explode. That is just logical. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say. But I'm a Dalek working for the Foundation after meeting SCP-999. Also, all hail Dr. Sherman and the Foundation. Praise be to bread and milk Jesus. Hey, everything except that last part. That last part, we don't need that. Do not praise anomalous Jesus. We are not following the religions of the anomalies we contain, thank you. And as long as you're not being racist. Don't be racist. Intern Mark C, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some banana pancakes on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, which SCP from Series 1 would you least like to be locked in a tungsten box with? Well, seeing as the compound of the box doesn't matter, it's just being locked in a box. Anomalies from Series 1, I would not want to be locked in a box with. I mean, a lot of them, obviously. I mean, I guess to keep it simple, 173, I'm not good at blinking contests. I would die very quickly, so I'm going to say no to that one. Because just off the top of my head, that one's terrible. And a There might be some that are more torturous than a quick death, though. There might be some that are more torturous than a quick death. Like, I really wouldn't want to be caught in SCP-870, the coral that does really, really nasty things to you. I would not want to be in... No, that's not that one. 87. SCP coral. 835 is the one where you get stuck in the coral and then it does bad things to you. 835 is terrible. Hate that. Hate it. I read that one early in my career and it traumatized me. Don't fuck with 835. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just gonna say 835. Hate that. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. Intern Elias. I always say my favorite SCPs at the end of stream. It's a tradition here. Now that means that we are going to say them in about 50 minutes. But you can also donate and ask, and then I'll just tell you right away for your generosity. Or you can go to yesterday's stream as a cheat code and watch the end of stream to find out. Depends on how desperate or generous you're feeling. Intern Banana King, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a sundae to go with your ice cream. Is water wet? Does it make SCP-354, the red pool, considered to be wet? I believe the argument became that water is not wet because it makes things wet. I think that's where the argument ended on that, but I don't remember. But that would mean that 354 is not wet. Damn, that is a nice suit. Thank you, intern Doggoshire. My mother got me this festive tie-dyed lab coat, not for Pride Month, just because I like colorful things, as I have my Hawaiian shirt dress code for Site 42. And she decided I needed to brighten up my lab coat day. She is a very wise woman. Dark Light. You are actually incorrect. SCP-999 is edible. It's just very uncomfortable. It tickles all the way through your digestive system. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, there is also the problem that it is the size of a couch. So if you mean eating the whole thing, you're not gonna. Your stomach can't handle that volume of 999. I need help. I am using the Foundation Force 5, but I need to add a new member from early SCP days to add, as the fifth member of the OG team shall not be acknowledged. Members, Clef, Gears, Wright, Strelnikov. Kondraki? I would think Kondraki for that. You saw nothing. Can you escape SCP Infinite IKEA as a human? Intern Jeffy. While it is possible, it is very rare. Because, of course, the inner infinite IKEA dimension space of SCP-3008 is, as far as we can tell, infinite. Also, we have the problem that the door moves when it's not observed. So let's say you go in and you turn your back on the door moves. So you have to hope to find the door again and not lose track of it and get through. So the odds of getting out are very rare, but it is possible. I'd like to mention I'm trying to learn to spin a pen like you do, Dr. Sherman, because I think it's cool. Artist Rain. Number one, you are correct. It is cool. And number two, you have unlocked the pen spinning tutorial. So it's actually quite simple, but a reminder for most things, simple doesn't always mean it's easy. So you hold the pen between your fingers. You start to practice by wiggling it side to side. You want to get it to horizontal so you can catch it with the next finger, and boom, there you are. Then you get it horizontal, catch it in the next finger, there you are. You go over the top, under, under. Over, under. You reverse the direction so that you learn to spin it both ways. Happy Pride Month. Now, if you practice it palm up, gravity helps keep the pen in your hand. It makes it slightly easier. If you practice it palm down, then gravity tries to steal the pen, and that makes it harder. And of course, your natural wrist position of verticality is pretty all right as well. And so do it with both hands, do it in both directions, and the more you practice, the better you'll get. I've practiced this and managed to flick it in the air and catch it and continue. That's incredible, intern Dark Light. I can't do that. Intern Nobody, thank you for sending a flower to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they found it very pretty. Site 42 staff, do remember we have a moderator, the Desk of Alto Clef, the blue name in the chat. Not only does the moderator warn you guys if you're breaking rules, which is why you should always read what the moderator says, but sometimes the moderator just makes funny jokes. Or the moderator desk will answer your simpler questions for you in the chat. That way I'm not wasting time on incredibly banal questions. As a site director, I should be answering more intelligent questions. So always pay attention to the moderator, so you're not wasting your time or getting banned. Thank you, Dr. Sherman, for the tutorial. I may have been genuinely following along with the pencil I was using to draw. Very good, Artist Rain. It takes a lot of practice. You're building muscle memory. So a little bit every day is the way to go. How much money is in the Kickstarter for the movie right now? Intern Fishman. The Kickstarter for SCP Containment Breach, the movie, is currently at a paltry $48,448. Considering the minimum goal to get 10 minutes more of the movie is $125K, and to get the full movie, we need to get $450K or $750K for a more polished movie. It is not looking good right now. We might be cooked, as Dr. Frogman says. But we have to give it all we got, because the more people who donate now, the more likely investors will go, hey, we'll take a risk on this and fund it anyways. So when it comes to the private investors that could be doing this, we need to prove there's interest. Intern Nobody, thank you for sending another flower to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they still found it quite pretty. What would have to happen for the Foundation to decide to terminate SCP-049, and can we make that happen soon? I hate that stupid doctor. Intern Jeff, as much as I also hate that bird-brained bastard, we do not terminate anomalies unless it is highly necessary, and 049, with its touch-based range of death, is not a high priority for death, decommissioning. It can be very easily contained in a box. We just have to feed it every so often. It does not, well, actually, it doesn't eat. Its mask stops it from eating food, which is weird. Yeah, if you've seen the x-rays on the 049 document, that's rather strange. But suffice it to say, 049 is not a high risk, therefore it does not need decommissioning. Hey, love your channel. Well, thank you, intern Springy Boy. We're doing our best out here in these streets to bring you entertaining SCP Foundation content. The fact that Galleonic got funded could show investors that there is interest in SCP adaptations. 369 Destroyer, that will be our fallback since it made more than 300K on its Kickstarter. That'll be our fallback to say, hey, this can be done. This particular project does not show badly about that. It is a reminder, Galleonic was funded before the country of America, the primary source of funding for American-run English language projects. Well, Galleonic is an American-run, let me change that. But it is an English language project, at least. blew up the world. So actually, no, it's not even American-focused funding. The world has been suffering due to the actions of SCP-5004-B, making everyone spend more money on fuel. So, once again, fuck Site 17 for installing SCP-5004-B as President of the United States. Hashtag Clef for President. And yes, so there's going to have to be behind-the-scenes talks with Keter Labs to see what caused this to fail as best we can to make the next way better. And Gallionic succeeding is a good case study for the opposition, yes. Intern Nobody, thank you for sending 10 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, which unfortunately reset them back to 1 star yet again twice over. So you are still a 1-star team at the time being. But then Nobody sent 2 more stars, making you a 3-star team. Actual improvement. You're closer to 5 stars, team. You are now a moderate team, but you could be 5-star ranking if you try a little harder. Intern Siren, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some calming jasmine tea on your way past the commissary. Just got coffee. How's it going, Doc? At my cell, by the way. Well, it's going fine today. We're having, knock on wood, a perfectly average day where nothing goes wrong, I hope. Some person perhaps. Kickstarters are not able to be extended. It's just not the way the platform works. And so once the Kickstarter ends, that's that. Intern Nexus Boy, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know. Thank you for sending a single star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, making them a 4-star team. They're now 1 star away from being a 5-star team. Dr. Duana Borg, thank you for sending sparkles. And you're sending more stars. I'm going to wait till you're done. But I'm sure the chat will enjoy cleaning up that glitter bomb while they wait to see what the star ranking turns out to be. Intern Marksy, thank you for donating again to say, Foundation-wide message. The fact that current Kickstarter total is less than the UIU's budget is unacceptable. Donate if you can, share if you can't. Wise message, yes, entire Foundation. It is very unacceptable that the UIU has a higher budget than our movie. It's sad. It's making Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, upsetty spaghetti. All right, Dr. Drenna Borg, you sent 21 stars, which made them a 5-star team successfully, and then Nobody made them a 1-star team again. Oopsie doopsie. Dr. Frogman, you are correct. The likes have surpassed the view count, chat. Good work, Containment Hazard Assessment team, because you keep hitting that like button. More people are dragged into the algorithm where they find the Site 42 stream, where they can learn more about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation, where they find out that there are streams on YouTube Shorts that are not scams or AI garbage. There is legitimate discussion of art happening on this platform. And we are introducing people to the SCP Foundation. So thank you for hitting that like button. Keep up the good work, and let's bring more people into the fold. Intern Haser, Bertha, and Aeon, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Chat, I don't want to jinx this, but I have been monitoring the situation. And I want to alert you of something that might soon occur. And if it occurs, then we will, with grace and aplomb, not meanly or cruelly, talk on the situation. The situation that I want you to know about is that if I look at two YouTube channels next to each other, first of all, a YouTube channel known as Site 42, currently live with, coincidentally, a thumbnail made by the team from SCP Gallionic to thank me for championing their Kickstarter. So that is Dr. Sherman in the SCP Gallionic universe. But what I want to show you instead is this number right here, 1.09 million subs. That 1.09 is actually at 1.097, which means it is almost to 1.1. Now, fellow SCP YouTuber, The Volgan, is at 1.13 and is currently on a long-term hiatus. Site 42 staff. I've been making SCP content for 10 years. 11 years, actually. We just had our 11-year anniversary. And when I started, The Volgan was already a very well-established SCP YouTuber. Are we gonna pass The Volgan? We are 33 and change, because we don't know from the 30,000s where Volgan is. We are approximately 30 to 40,000 subs from surpassing the Volgan. That's insane. Never would I thought. And you know, it's not like a great challenge victory. I'm not getting in a fight with the Volgan because A, Volgan is cool, and B, Volgan's on like a year-long hiatus. If Volgan came back, then Volgan would immediately pass us again. But let's see if we can win on a technicality here. It would still be cool. So, Operation Mog the Volgan has begun. While the giant is asleep, can we sneak by? Challenge him to Viking combat? No. Have you seen the Volgan? The Volgan is a highly large and masculine man. I am a dance teacher. I am pretty, and I can move, but I would get my ass beat by that giant man. No, no. We are not challenging the Volgan to open combat. We are sneaking by while the Volgan is asleep. That's how we do this, with our graceful dancer steps. We sneak by a sleeping Volgan to claim the title. That's the only way we win this. Sketchies, yes. That is spelled correctly, and that is the SCP YouTuber, yes. Intern Star, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Dorena Borg, thank you for sending 3 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. You have made them a 4-star team, almost a 5-star team. And Matthew Burr, thank you for your, sorry, Dr. Dorena Borg, you also sent a Sunday. I'm sure the chat enjoyed the sweet treat. Matthew Burr, thank you for donating for the first time today. Grab yourself cookie cake on your way past the commissary. Dude, it was my birthday a few days ago. Well, happy late birthday. You made it another year around the sun. I hope it was a good day with friends, family, and festivities. Dr. Sherman, should you do an IRL live stream, it would be very good. Well, reception can be a problem. Pardon. So we got to watch out for that. But what would you like to see me do IRL? I'll tell you this. As my foot has been getting better, as I've been getting able to walk more and more again, I have considered traveling up to the city of San Francisco, which is local to me, and doing some in-person out in the field content again. But I need to consider what I would do. It's been a year and a half since my injury. I've almost forgotten what to do out in the field. Why am I being pinged? Ah, I see. Okay, not my problem. Intern Nobody, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. They're now a 5-star team. Congratulations, chat, you did it. Let's see if you can hold on to it for the last 30 minutes of today's stream. Researcher Jace Official, thank you for your 6 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Hi, boss. I'm back. Love the outfit and the hair. Well, A, welcome back. Good to see you. It has been a minute. Hope you've been doing well. Second, thank you. I just got the her did yesterday. The on-site stylist slays as always. And, yes, the Pride Month celebratory coat is going quite well. Intern Nobody, thank you for sending yet another star, bringing them back down to a 1-star team. The tragic fall. The Rip Bozo of the chat. Matthew Uber, thank you for donating again to say. This is my last message before I fight SCP-001. Well, which SCP-001 are you going to fight? There's so many. Are you going to fight Lily's proposal? That's just like a nice day with nice weather. Are you going to go out and punch the air? I'm confused. Would you ever consider doing a stream in Meow Wolf's Omega Mart? I think that would be awesome. Mamori? Oh, I have considered it. I don't know the policies there. I would have to get permission or something. I would need to know that they have reception in the building. But Las Vegas is not a far drive from California. And so that is on my list of things to do. If I was not able to do a stream from within, at the very least filming some videos there would be a fun SCP Foundation investigation. Oh, 5 counts of 3. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some chicken wangs on your way past the commissary. Oh, we voted 9 in lowering the veil forever. Do we need to have the O5 Council liquidated again? Because if you think we're lowering the veil, you will be mutinied. It will be bad. Speed Lotion, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some tropical beverages on your way past the commissary. What would your SCP number be if you were an SCP? I don't know. What would my SCP number? I guess numbers are assigned on a come-as-you-are basis, so first come, first serve. I would assume that just whatever number was open when I was classified. So probably somewhere in the 9,000s right now. Intern Mark C, thank you for donating again to say. At this point, we might need to consider the possibility that Intern Nobody might be a Chaos Insurgency plant. Yes, but are they a plant from the Chaos Insurgency to us? Or are they a plant from us into the Chaos Insurgency? And then are they a double agent that we think is working for us but is actually working for them? Or are they a double agent that thinks that they're working for them but they're actually working for us? Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Spycraft is not my department. Doc, what would you do if I told you I was an SCP in disguise? Intern Allie, I would put you in a humanoid containment cell and start running tests. So, get in the box. I've joined a group who want to make a superhero canon for SCP. With a team behind this, making a canon reality feels much more possible. Well, first of all, 369 Destroyer, it would have to be a group because a canon cannot be written by one person. A canon must be formed of multiple SCP authors. But yes, it does mean that you are capable of making canon now. A canon of the SCP superhero worlds. Interesting. Mamori. I can confirm as someone who has visited, Omega Mart has shockingly good Wi-Fi for a little extra. Well, what a crazy random happenstance. That would be a business expense for my investigation. So I could easily charge that. Interesting. I have considered making a sort of making that trip. I would just need the funding to take the time off of the cover job. We'll consider it as my foot starts getting better. Dr. Sherman, don't worry, I was just busy working on some stuff. I like your hair, by the way. Well, thank you, intern Pandagrass. The on-site stylist is very good and available for your stylisting needs. 05 counts to 3. Thank you for donating again to say. He is a spy to everyone, the father of lies. What do you mean by that? Who? Nobody at all. Thank you for sending 5 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, thereby taking them all the way through again back to 1 star. You are trolling them with these stars. You just keep getting their hopes up and then putting them back down. If you do go, please bring the little 999. I'd love to see him in Omega Mart. Okay, Mamori. But remember, 999 is an it. Not a key. Please practice proper pronoun part of the protocols of the Foundation. Charlie 10 Pro, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a ecto cooler on your way past the commissary. Can we use the nerfing gun on 682? We have already run that test. It's in the termination logs for 682. The result was SCP-682 got worse, as in got even more horrifying and terrible for us. And it became stronger, because we perceive that as being worse. So it didn't nerf 682, it just made it more powerful. Very frustrating. Nobody at all. Thank you for sending a 2-star, a single star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, bringing them to a 2-star rating. Maybe the chat can make their way up from deuces to 5-star eventually. Intern Zach, thank you for sending another star, bringing them to a 3-star ranking. They're almost a 5-star team again. I tried advertising the Kickstarter. We all did, Transmographists, and we gotta fight harder. We do our best, but then we try to make our best even better than next time. It's true with the Foundation Fitness Initiative. You go to the gym, you work hard, and the next time you work just a little bit harder. You keep working your way up, and so too does it happen for anything we put our minds to. That we try, and then we take a rest, and then we try harder. O5 Council 3, thank you for donating again to say. Send Tau 6 for Dr. Sherman. You're going to have a lot of trouble if you try to send a team for me. This is a warning. Can 106 speak or comprehend human language? Intern Jeff, depending on the canon and such, for instance, in the tale Until Death, which is a parallel universe where SCP-106 is caused by SCP-3001, it can speak, although it doesn't speak very much. But generally, it does not speak. That doesn't mean it doesn't comprehend speech, it just means it doesn't speak to us. Intern Bertha, thank you for sending 2 stars to the Containment Task Assessment team to make them a 5-star team. Then nobody sent a star to make you a 1-star team again. Now Bertha has sent 3 stars, which makes you a 4-star team. And we'll see if that changes. But as of now, you're a 4-star team. And there's Cat Queen Rita making you a 5-star team. You are a 5-star team with 15 minutes remaining in stream. Let's see how long that lasts. Up. It seems a star war has been started. People are sending lots of stars, and we're going to see where that ends up. Do you know the SCP podcast Find Us Alive? Intern No Hope Radio. Yes, I do. And I also know its super awesome creative team, Hodgepodge Radio, made up first and foremost a friend of the channel and your favorite SCP YouTuber's favorite SCP YouTuber, Radiger. And so, yes, following Radiger on YouTube, Hodgepodge Radio for Find Us Alive, great podcast. I really need to listen to and react to more of that. Dr. Sherman recommend the Magnus Archives for you. Artist Rain, I am familiar. I have listened to a couple episodes. It is good stuff. I'm confused. Are we terrible or great? Intern Puppycorn. ¿Por qué no los dos? We can be both great and terrible in our wrath. Did the SCP free everyone from containment after the Knicks win? Yes, Intern Von Harek. The O5s released all the SCPs after the Knicks win, but they have since been recontained and the mess has been cleaned up. It was very chaotic and frustrating. Waste of resources when we're already struggling with the budget. Intern No Hope, I am also familiar with Welcome to Night Vale. In fact, the only reason I didn't finish that podcast is I enjoyed it a lot, but I couldn't listen to it while driving because the dulcet tones of our wonderful host put me to sleep while driving. It was very hard to stay awake. All right, it seems the star onslaught has ended. And Cat Queen Rita sent so many stars that I can't go back farther in the chat anymore. So I can't see when the stars began, but I do know at that point it was 8 stars. Let's see if anyone... So Bertha sent a star to make you a 1-star team during it. Anyone else? Bertha sent a star that made you a 2-star team. Bertha sent a star to make a 3-star team. Bertha sent a star to make a 4, 5, 6, 7-star team. So that's back to 2. I gotta find where Bertha ends and where Cat Queen Rita ends. All right, Bertha stopped at 30, meaning you're still a 2-star team. And then Cat Queen Rita ended at 224, meaning +4. Bringing you back to a 1-star team again! So thank you for sending that litany of stars, both Bertha and Cat Queen Rita. You cycled back to 1-star team again, just mathematically. It's insane how many times that little calendar is just clicked over back to 1. That's so funny. You should look into Lobotomy Corporation. It's an SCP management game. Intern Narpy. It's not an SCP management game. It's an SCP-like management game. Another one of those, they made an SCP game, but they filed the serial numbers off so that they could keep the copyright and the money and things like that. So, I've heard about it. I wish people would actually just make SCP games. Intern Isaac, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Mark C, thank you for donating again to say. Dr. Sherman, what is your favorite thing a D class has said to try and get out of a test? Well, there was the time that the 2D class feigned a stomach ache. Or sorry, no, a tummy ache. That way they didn't have to test with SCP-3307, codename Cornucopy Ass, which of course is the SCP agent who was abducted by aliens and given the ability to dispense a person's favorite food from any orifice on their body, meaning that it might shit a Snickers bar or sneeze your favorite Diet Coke. And so, obviously, when the food comes out of the orifices of this agent's body, no one wants to eat them because that's gross as hell. And so, the D class pretended to have a tummy ache so they didn't have to go into the test. Obviously, we denied their request and put them in there. Yeah, read SCP-3307 if you want to have a bad time. Oh, there is that time that the D class tried to pull the I can't test with SCP-173 because I'm allergic to peanuts. Yeah, that did not go over well. We just shot that guy. Site 42 staff, you have 10 minutes remaining in this stream. 10 minutes. Hi, Dr. Sherman. I can't wait for the SCP movie by Keter Labs. I can't wait again. Intern Panda Grass. They are working on methods to get investment if the Kickstarter doesn't succeed. It is very sad that we couldn't get the Kickstarter over the line, but they are working through back channels to find investors and or ways to make this happen. So we got to keep up hope and support them to the best of our ability. Intern Nobody, thank you for sending 5 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, thereby making them a 1-star team again. Your continued star trolling of the chat goes undefeated. Is SCP-173 asexual? Intern Dylan. SCP-173 doesn't have asexuality. SCP-173 is a concrete statue. What are you talking about? Why does your hair change color so often? Intern No Hope, it's because I have mad style. And it looks good and it's fun. And I like to change things up any once in a while. Keep it fresh. Cat Queen Rita is still sending a litany of stars again. Let's see where that ends. Nolono, is the Kickstarter over already? No, Nolono. There is still 3 days left on the Kickstarter. So we either need a miracle push or we start planning for what's next. Intern Kirsty Rose. While saying gay in a Pride Month stream does make sense and is complimentary, the desk just moderates random fonts so the chat looks uniform and easy to read. So please use a normal font. Cat Queen Rita, you sent 101 stars. So after so many repetitions through the roster, the chat ends up as a 2-star team. Thank you for your generosity and slightly improving their station. Mark C, thank you for donating again to say. Dr. Sherman, what was your least favorite interaction with the ethics board? It would have to be when I suggested using that abomination to test with SCP-4521 to make it scream. And they held off making a decision for months until I went on a trip out of sight. And then they let someone else run the test without me, and it fucking succeeded. Disgusting, ethics committee. Disgusting. It should have been me. What game are you going to play next? Well, intern Narpy, I recently mostly beat Hades 2. There's a couple prophecies left, but I got tired of waiting for RNG to give me the successful rolls. So I switched over to the new sequel of Returnal, codename Soros, because Returnal was fun as hell. And so now I'm playing Soros, and I'm enjoying it. Nobody. Thank you for sending a 4-star to the team to set them back to 1-star ranking again. Wow, you are just on the ball for crushing their hopes and dreams today. Dr. Sherman, I'm tired of people serving you misconceptions of the facts, so please make a note of this in future reference. Thomas the Tank Engine is not anomalous. In universe, all vehicles are sentient. Oh, interesting. I never watched Thomas as a child, so I didn't know the difference. Very, very interesting. All vehicles are sentient in the Thomas universe. Someone said something about date night trying to actually doc lol. I saw an F. Hey! That had nothing to do with the statue. That was all about Clef trolling some D-class. Completely different. It's giving cars. Well, in Rune, technically cars came later, which means that cars is giving Thomas the Tank Engine. Cat Queen Rita, thank you for sending 113 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. Because of your generosity of making a constellation of stars today, you have also increased their star rating to a 4-star team. They are so close to being a 5-star team again. Mark C, thank you for donating again to say. Dr. Sherman, last donation of the stream. If you could creatively direct an SCP game, what direction would you take it in? Okay, before I say this, oh no, I'll just let this play out. So, I have a game in mind. It's crazy ambitious. I want people to help me make it someday. When we get Markiplier levels of money, unfathomable money, as Markiplier puts it, this is one of the projects I want to bankroll developers to help me get made. Because I have 2 games. 2 games to make. One of them is the SCP version of a base builder, like Lobotomy Corp, but actually SCP, damn it, and using the actual SCPs, not chickening out. Because I want Fallout Shelter on a mobile device where we can do a building your SCP site, hiring staff members, having anomalies that can be free roaming anomalies for morale, or anomalies in containment that could breach and cause issues. And we could seasonally release SCPs as microtransactions. Now, boo microtransactions, I get it, but it'll be a free to play game. And if you support the SCP group and we're making a good game, then little microtransactions along the way in return for new content being made consistently, we could have a money-making game to fuel further projects. That's really awesome. And so that could be really sick. And then using the funds from that, the SCP-3999 game, my dream concept for an SCP-3999 game, is you play as Researcher Talaran, but every level is a different genre of game, because 3999 keeps throwing you into different realities. So you start the game going through a containment breach like General, but then by the time you reach SCP-3999's room to see what's going on, you get teleported into a text adventure. And then you solve that, and you get put into a Doom clone. And then you get through that, and you get put into a Stardew Valley clone for a while. And different rooms, different worlds, have different exits that take you to different places. And there are secret rooms that lead to secret exits that lead to other places. And so you can make a crazy mixed media game with ARG elements. This is the kind of craziness that I would love to see in a reality-bending 3999 game. And you could, of course, interlink the story of Researcher Talaran and different meta things along the way. So those are my two game concepts. The very normal, easily, could make a lot of money, basic-ass game that could still be fun. I love base-building games like that sometimes. And then you've got my crazy art game. So there are two wolves, and I want both of them. All right, let's see what took place here. Black Phoenix, you made them a 5-star team, but that did not last very long because nobody sent in 2 more stars to make them a 2-star team. They were a 2-star team until Queen Rita sent in 28 stars, making them a 5-star team. But then Queen Rita kept going, sent another 27 stars, making them a 2-star team. And then Sharkosaurus sent a 6-7 to the chat. I hope you enjoy the conniptions you just caused on Desk's end. Sharkosaurus also sent a crisp high 5 chat. Make sure you return that high 5. Falcon, thank you for sending 2 stars, making them a 4-star team, almost a 5-star team. And Sias, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some flapjacks on your way past the commissary. Hey, question about SCP-096. What would happen if you photoshopped its face and looked at the photo? Will it still come for you? Did you cover its face? Did you delete its face? If its face is gone, then no problem. If its face is still there, then yes, problem. Easy question. Simple. Nobody. Thank you for sending 3 stars to make them a 2-star team, after which Falcon and Black Phoenix sent 2 stars to keep them at a 4-star team. You are a 4-star team going into the end of stream. And it is the end of stream. And so, as always at the end of stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. Now, I'm not going to tell you that my favorites are the ones that I personally wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can read the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributing voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people ask about in the chat all the time. They ask for hints, they want to know where the links are, but then they don't feel smart enough to check the links when I tell them. But then again, you guys are the Containment Hazard Assessment team. You are the smart ones. You'll find those links. And when you do, you'll be able to become a Site42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat donation to donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the easiest way to support us here at Site42, both myself and our staff, and we appreciate your generosity. Meanwhile, if you're part of the broke gang and you cannot donate, do not fret. We are an arts community. We understand starving artists, and you can still help us out by being the Mobile Task Force Sci-42 codename Signal Booster members. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make memes, fan art, shit posts, edits, and clips, and you share them online, you spread the Site42 community and you spread the SCP Foundation community projects as well. Like SCP Containment Breach, the movie by Keter Labs, currently in Kickstarter for 3 more days. Get that out there so people see it. When you help the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, when you help the SCP filmmakers, game makers, animators, podcasters, merch makers, you help us to make bigger and better SCP projects, which means we could have an SCP film in theaters, an SCP AAA games, the crazy games I have in mind. And so we thank you for your service in helping us to spread the good word. Now, before my favorite SCPs, a couple more stars were sent. That would be Falcon sending 1 more star to make you a 5-star team. Black Phoenix sending 2 stars to make you a 2-star team. And nobody sending a star to make you a 3-star team. You are currently a 3-star team halfway through the outro. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5755, Internet content warning on that one's a rough read. Nobody. You sent 3 more stars, making them a 1-star team. Bringing them on a downer, I see. What a fighter you are for the dark side of the Containment Hazard Assessment Team star. Intern Secret Guardian yelling, "Shut the fuck up." Never in once my life have I shut the fuck up. I'm not going to start on your rude behalf. Nice try, though. Didn't do much. Kinda weak. You might need to try harder. Lame sauce. Sad. Oh well. Site42 staff, thank you for joining us today at another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast of Site42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Hey, broken clock, haven't heard your old tick-tock in there for much too long. Much too long, and lonely jukebox in the corner of the nightclub, and I need your song. I need your song. All we losers stand in line just waiting for our time. Broken angel, take that plane and finger paint the sky till everything shines. Everything shines. Everything shines. Everything shines. The credit song is Everything Shines by Great Big Sea. And whoever asked if this is a daily stream, the answer is yes. This is a daily stream. We've been streaming daily for 1 year and 2 months, going strong. Haven't missed a day. But We don't stream at a different time every day, so make sure to hit that subscription bell so that you know when we're going live. Or if you are 18 or older, you can join the Site42 Discord server, where you can get a live alert role ping for YouTube, which is more reliable. We hinted as to where the Discord server is in the ending, so check the outro again. So Site42 staff, be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect.